So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for today we're going to be doing like a mini first impressions come review, and we're going to be trying out these products, and these are like newly launched in India. This is from Makeup Revolution, and whenever I say Makeup Revolution, like we kind of take a moment of silence, and everyone around loves Makeup Revolution. So to be honest, I did not try and test out any of the products. I just slightly opened them and I just wanted to take a little bit of a look at it. And that's the first product which I did. This one is the Makeup Revolution Hydrate H2O Primer. So basically this is supposed to be very good for hydrating your skin. So I really don't know what this reminds me of. It reminds me of these very like have you had these candies when you're small which just kind of taste like medicines? So basically they taste like medicines. That is kind of the vibe which I get from this, and I'm not a big fan of it. And coming to consistency, they say water based, but it feels extremely silicone in nature. It's very thin, it's very runny, and oh, that smell it's so bad. And you use your primer all over your nose and your forehead and your T-zone area, right? So when you do that, you really can't handle the smell. It smells so bad and it lingers on for quite some time before it goes away, and I don't like that. It makes my brushes smell that way when I use it with a brush. So I don't like this one. I just tried it around 3 times on my face and I didn't like it. So the next product that I want to try out is the Makeup Revolution Relove Brow Palette, and they have 2 shades in this, and I have the shade medium. And so we're going to start by trying out the powder. I'm going to use this medium brown over here, and let's just see what happens. I'm going to comb through first, and let's just start to fill the edges. See, this is precisely what I was telling you. This palette has all warm toned products, and it literally looks like a brown something on my eyebrows, but my eyebrows are not a warm tone of brown. My eyebrows are pretty much black, but you can't use a black eyeshadow or anything like a black brown product because it will just make it very black looking. So it just looks too fake, basically. So you use something which is a little more lighter, but I don't mean a brown like this. I mean something which is a little more cool tone. That will work out for me, but this is way too warm. But we're just gonna do it. We're gonna roll with it and not crib. And I'm just gonna fill out the edges. I'm gonna go a little along the hair strokes, and I mean it has good pigmentation. I don't really have to go back and front a million gazillion times. So I just want to try out the wax now. So I'm gonna take it with this spoolie. I think that it scrapes off really well. I think I took a little too much, so I'm just gonna clean it and take a little, and let's try to set our brow with it. I'm not doing anything to lift it and kind of like a soap brow, but I'm just trying to set it in the natural shape. So I really won't be able to check what is the hold of it, but let's see how it holds at the end of my eyebrow. Okay, wow, I love this. I love the way it holds my eyebrow, but it kind of just sits in a very weird way. I wish it would kind of get clear and transparent. I don't like the color, but I like the brow wax. It's really nice. Okay, so we're going to move on to eyeshadow next, and I really wanted to try this one out. This is the one which a lot of people ask for reviews and for the face palettes. So this one is the Makeup Revolution Relove Shadow Express eyeshadow palette, and this is basically in the shade Express basically. So they have multiple shades, and there are some pressed pigments in this. So it says shade number 3 and 5 are pressed pigments. So this one and this green over here, these 2 are pressed pigments. I wonder why though. I mean, the shimmers, and usually shimmers are not pressed pigments, the mattes are pressed pigments, but I don't know, let's just roll with it. I like a good matte eyeshadow in a palette, like you can't do a look with just shimmers, but if I just have mattes, I can do something. So I like this. I'm kind of gonna slightly pull it upwards and outwards. Coming to fallout, there is no fallout, which is good. I do have an eyeshadow base, which helps to avoid fallout. Any eyeshadow base should be doing that. That's the whole point of it. So it gives you a good blend. It blends really well. And I'm able to diffuse it. Like I'm trying to make it look like two colors. So I'm going darker at, you know, like at the crease and the outer corner. I'm trying to buff out the edges. I'll probably just skip to another brush and do the same thing. So we're done with the mattes. Let's move on to the shimmer. I'm kind of wanting to use this color. I told you I like my dirty greens. I don't even know why I like it. You know, it's just a phase. You like something, then I kind of get bored of it and I move to another color and I sit stuck with that. So let's just take that. I'm taking it on a flat, natural bristle one. It is picking up color. Let's see how it is. Okay, there is no fallout. I didn't wet my brush, but I have a wet base, which is my makeup primer. Not bad, guys. Like, it went on well. So I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to take a little bit of that dark green, the dark matte green. And I want to go underneath and let's see what happens. Not bad, guys. The pigmentation is good. I doubted this way too much. I judged it so much, but it's good. To be honest, it's very nice. So moving on to the next product, we're going to talk about this pen eyeliner. This one is the Perfect Flick eyeliner from the Relove range. Let me just open this, and I'm not a big fan of pen eyeliners. I always have an issue with pen eyeliners. I don't know why. I just feel like I buy one, it gets over within maybe 2 months or it dries out and I have to buy another one. And these are much more expensive than your liquid liners. So I always stick to my liquid liners because of that reason. I'm a little stingy when it comes to certain things. This one retails for $4.99 and they have 0.7 grams of product, which sounds extremely less. So okay, this glides on well, and it does make that tip of it get dirty, which I don't like. So I'm going with something which is a little thicker. So for first impressions, I do like the Slick Flick liner. It is extremely it glides on really smooth. So let me just show you. So let's say I want to start and it glides on really smooth. You can make a very, 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 very thin stroke of line. So the felt tip in this is it's very small and it's very precise, which is good. It helps to get into the inner wing area to make it and all that stuff. So I think this is really helpful for that. The finish is glossy even after it dries. I'm not too sure whether it's waterproof or not, but whatever is dry does not smudge. It's not budging. But if I scratch, it's not flaking off. So I think formulation-wise, it works. But I wish it was on the matte side when it dries. And the black is not extremely intense. It's more of a normal black or kind of like a medium blackish kind of a shade. But it's not your most intense black like some of your gel eyeliners. I don't mind that personally to a certain extent, but if that is something which stops you, then you might not like this one. But other than that, I think the formulation wise, it does work really nice. The thing is, we have two palettes. I'm going to do one side with one palette, do the other side with the other palette, and we're going to start with this one because I really want to try this shade out. So we're going to start with the blush duo and let's see how it goes. This one is in the shade Kindness. So I'm guessing that they have more shades in their entire set, and it has a really nice pattern on the top, like a wavy pattern. So let's do this cheek now. I'll go a little heavy handed. It's kind of like a very soft mauve. So the first thing when I put my brush in, there's like extreme amount of kickback, like there's literally powder flying around, even if I'm going with the lightest touch. So it's kind of like a brown toned neutral kind of a color in the band, right? But on the cheek, it does give you a bit of a pink coral tinge which comes along with it. I don't mind it, but the thing is it's not true to color of what it is on the pan. So I went a little heavy handed so that you can see it. Maybe I'll go a little more heavy handed so you guys can see it really well. So grabbing a bit of the highlighter and let's tap off the excess and let's go on the cheekbones. Like I guessed, it's a little darker for me. It is like your conventional highlighters. I don't have anything to special to say about it. It just looks like your regular highlighter. I think this duo would be perfect for someone who is a little deeper than me. So I'm an NC40 in MAC, so which is Maybelline 310. So let's say that you are an NC45, so someone who's a little more darker than me. This would be really good on your skin, because the highlighter would look really good and the blush would look a little more natural on you. So I think these two will work really good if you're slightly deeper than me. So this highlighter has this texture which I'm not a big fan of. What happens is that they want to make their products creamy. They don't want to make it powdery. They want it to be more of a cream to powder formulation. But instead of using the right ingredients, they put some kind of waxy ingredient into that, which makes the texture lift off your skin. So I don't like a product like that, and especially because I have oily skin and I have a lot of texture on my skin, I don't like that kind of texture. I'm not a big fan of the highlighter for that reason, but if you don't mind, you can try it out. It does not have sparkling chunks of shimmer. It does not have specks of shimmer. I hate highlighters like that. It does not have that. It's just a very metallic sheen kind of an effect. I like the finish, but I don't like the texture of the product. So I saved the best for the last, and we're going to talk about the Makeup Revolution Relove Trio Contour, and this one is in the shade Sugar. So before I jump to the application, let's just take a moment to look at this blush, and for some reason it reminds me of something which is overhyped in the world, and literally everyone in the world uses it and people love it, people die for it. So this shade, it reminds you of a blush which is a cult famous product. So let's just do it together. And this is the NARS Orgasm blush over here, and this is the color over here. So let's just check it by swatching. I'm swatching the NARS one first. So let's just swatch this here. Okay, the color tone is pretty similar, but I would definitely say that the Makeup Revolution has a stronger gold sheen. In fact, I would almost say that it looks like a highlighter. Minus that goldenness of it, the color is pretty much a perfect match. So we're going to use an angled brush and pick up the contour, and just like that other one, this one also flies literally everywhere. So let's just try going in. It doesn't show up. It doesn't show up on my skin. Yeah, it will not show up no matter what I do. So I'm just building it up, and I'm kind of taking it all over like a bronzer instead of a contour. And when I'm building it up, it does show through, and it could have been a little more darker. Considering the fact that the shimmer, like the highlighter in this palette, is a little more on the darker side, it would be good if the contour is also a little more darker. So let's just do a little bit of blush, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna look like a shivery mess, but okay. Okay, so I guess when you tap off the excess, the shimmer kind of reduces, and it looks like the way the NARS blush looks on me. So I'm gonna try this peachy shade. The formulation is the same as the one in the blush duos one. So again, it has extreme kickback and it has extreme fallout. So let's just do a little bit of highlighter on the nose, because my cheek is pretty much saturated with the blush. So let's do the nose area, and I would definitely say that the highlighter is a cool tone color. It almost leans to a silvery pink color, and I don't know why is that in this palette. Like, this palette has a warm blush, which is literally warm, like this is screaming warm, and this one is cool. So pretty contradicting to use it together in, for a certain look. Coming to the formulation of the highlighter, it definitely clings on to all of your patches, and it just emphasizes texture on your skin because of the waxy nature in it. So this completes the entire review, and I hope you found it useful. And do let me know whether you like this format of a review where it's a little more chit-chatty and a little more fun and easygoing. And I really like to do this. This is a lot more easier for me, and I really feel like I'm connecting with you at this process. So let me know what is your preference, what do you like, and which other products you want me to try and test it out for you. So stay tuned and give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me, and I'll catch you guys for another video. Until next time, bye.